Welcome to Arts at 360's Alaska Originals. Tonight, we'll hear spoken word performances from 4 artists presenting some of their best work, all accompanied by live music. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Woosh Kinaadeiyí.
Oh my goodness! Thank you all so much for being here. And thank you to 360 North for working with us. This is so exciting. It's a wonderful thing to have you all here with us tonight. Woosh Kinaadeiyí is a spoken word society that is concerned with making safe spaces for everybody to come and feel that they can express themselves through primarily spoken word, but also through other artistic forms, and also making sure it's an extremely inclusive community that it fosters every month, where anyone can come and anyone can feel safe and everyone has a voice. Tonight, we have our showcase, which is hand-picked talents, strong voices from our community that we believe in and we are really proud to have represent us here tonight. And that is what we're sharing with you. Over here, we have Jacob Pickard, an incredible man. In the same way that poets pull words from their vocabulary to build stories and emotions and ideas, this man pulls sounds out of the sky in his heart to build houses for these poets to live in. And so thank you, Jacob. Our first poet tonight is named Unzicker. And this is a man with undeniable dynamism. And also, he has a heart whose beat you can hear before you even see the man it moves. So please, put your hands together for the incredible Unzicker.
Thank you so much, Connor. I was so pleased to hear the word dynamism in there. That's killer. I grow like the trees. My direction's not the breeze, but the soul inside of me leans to the light beams. Freezer heat brings anything, but I can handle it. Green leaves every spring, revealing life in my rings, steadily adding, never subtracting in strength as length of time grows, like shadows as light goes steadily down. Life is drowned in red waves of strawberry syrup as the evening touches down. Where will I find myself found, called outcast or cut down? Will I ever mind my own mouth, and is the world really round? Because I've found it full of ups and lefts and rights and downtown opportunities. So many choices and communities, the fruit of these questions will never drop without time, so I'll keep rolling like a cosign. Line, intangible, impossible. You can't do all these things that you demand of you. Is it the truth? Or just loose, youthful dreams. Lex Luthor's inside of me saying I can't be Superman or Supermanly because I'll never save the world and love a girl. But if I can save a girl and love the world, it will be good enough for me. Come on, hang your hammock on me. Hide your shoulders from the heat. Speak your secrets in my green leaves like you really know me. And I'll only whisper back whatever the wind blows me. Thank you guys so much. This is such a awesome event to be a part of. You guys are so cool for being here, and I just want to say thank you to Woosh Kinaadeiyí for being an amazing event. I've always been just a huge fan. So. Even if we had something to talk about, in the car you just bear down on the warp speed lines anyway. And especially with the blackness receding from the brave headlights, the vacuous night that swallows conversation with a sleepy haunting. I just wasn't in the mood for talking. You smelled like a melody, like the voice of Jeff Buckley, on cassette. I remember it. Those sorts of memories lodge themselves deep between flavors and regrets. So anyway, you and your hair were slouching into the driver's seat. And I kept watching your lips in case you wanted to talk, but you were stitched up tight like you were waiting for the night to blink first. It's that fierceness that unnerves me around you, makes me lose my eye color, my pounds and inches, have to check my ID card in the gas station bathroom sometimes to remember my statistics. The static of your immovable lipstick Shuffled my feet around paper bags rather than reread them. Considered opening your glove box. Tapped out hallelujah on my knee. And it was cold with the window broken. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, we'll get there someday. Some dawn on some soon morning with road-tired eyes, one of us yawning as the mild wind sifts through the open window and outstretched fingers lingering over rows of soy like we could comb them. Before the morning people, under the steeple, white lit, trees reaching through the land of roofs, and we'll feel rhythm for the first time, stopped by the street lights and the stop signs. We'll slow by the roadside with still not a word between us. Before the city, before the beat of concrete quite overtakes us, still in the peace before the paces will break slowly, shoulder our heads and quietly we'll let the day slip over us. My bags in your trunk compartment, your goldfish 8 states away in your apartment, and I'll be alone soon, but you know I used to be alone before I knew you. Oh, hallelujah. 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 Thank you so much. I don't know if we gave it up for we gave it up for Jacob, but I don't know if we gave it up for Conor yet. Can we give him a big round of applause? If someone wanted to make a movie out of us, sitting over the water in our garden colors, I'd be some brooding, unfortunate character, with my luck played by Michael Cera. She would have to be the ghost of Edie Sedgwick, smoking a fading hand-rolled cigarette, swinging fake pearls, singing inaudible tunes with a haunting flourish. Only squares of checkered past, she says, through puffs of obsidian dust. See, her past is paisley, painted daisy patterns, radiating psychedelia, painted over dark glass, painted over secrets, and you can just feel the tips of them if you close your eyes and look with your fingertips. I'll always remember this, she says, and I don't remember much unless it's lovely, so smile, because it's between our heads forever lovely. Well, you may have lost your body, but you haven't lost your personality, I say, as part of her soul slips into the water, and now she has to gather it up like a skirt and wring out the salt water, saying, "What was that you said?" But by then I had looked at her, and I couldn't remember. Thank you guys so much. This has been an absolute pleasure. I am so glad that I got to go first because that means I don't have to go after any of these awesome people that you're about to hear. I'm a huge fan of every one of them. And just a quick preface to this last song. My name is Zildjian, actually. Ziggy's short for Zildjian. And I don't know if there are any drummers in the house, but Zildjian makes drums. And yes, I was named after that company. And Zildjian had a family, and there was a Zildjian member of the family, and his name was Sabian, and I was like, "Mom, why didn't you name me Sabian? That is such a cooler name." She looks at me and she's like, "We named the cat Sabian." I am from the drum circle, in the closed eyes, in the in-breath, in the small pause, in the intro, I drop through, bada boom. From the downbeat I staggered, two left hands, hemiola haggard, a little late, out of pace at first, but from the back seat of the backbeat I became aware that to be before the beat isn't too late to lose yourself in the 4/4. Therefore, from the triplet I learned two. From the palm of the wrist I grew. I am from the big platter, passed hand to the left like musical youth, hot and runny like good foods do. I am from the drum circle, I am from the face to face, I am from family, from half-brothers wholeheartedly. I am from the places, I am from half-brothers wholeheartedly. Yeah. I like that. I am from Ring Around the Rosie, circulation, circular breathing, blood respirating, circling through hearts and beating, lung and blood, lub dubbing and exhalations. I am from the drum circle, the rise up singing nation, the Ise Olua. I am from communal coffee cups, juice and cracker, communions on beaches. I am from the smell of warm bodies, the sounds of sung love and worship. I am from the places you can close your eyes and still feel safe even though your back is to the blackness and approaching waves. I am from the crock pot and the potlatch and the homemade and the handcrafted, band practice, fantastic, reefer madness, the elegy, the dirge, sadness, fanfare, big brasses, master classes, trading fours over grooving saxes. I am from instant friendships over fallen log benches. I am from djembes and shekarays and plastic eggs, tambourines, tablas, congas and doombecks, the baran, the complex time, the cymbal, the hand and thigh, the clave, the low and the tag. I am from djembes and shekarays and plastic eggs, tambourines and tablas and congas and doombecks. I am from the baran, the complex time, the clave, the low and high, the cymbal, the hand and thigh. I am from the drum circle.
Unzicker, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, every one of those poems was incredible, obviously, but that last one, just every time, just pulls something out of me and I can't keep it quiet. Speaking of not keeping it quiet, there's a little thing you guys should know. You're all a part of this too. So if you hear something that you like, if you feel something making you want to moan, do so. I encourage you to. If you want to clap, clap. If you want to whistle, whistle. You're a part of this too. Our next performer is named Michael Christenson, and he is wonderful. He is a mixologist who uses American spirits, who slings you around and lands you someplace you didn't know existed. So please, put your hands together for Mike Christenson.
This poem was originally going to be about H.P. Lovecraft and William Faulkner going on a road trip to the mythical South. The spring of 1923 would have been a good time. Lovecraft's mother had just died in the asylum and he was very depressed, and Faulkner's book of poetry hadn't come out, and they weren't busy, you know, they could have done that. But poems are like cats. You can tell them what to do. They're not going to listen to you. So it went off and did its own thing. And it's called Yaknep Fatagan County. Better options fail to manifest past midnight. You've traveled a considerable distance. Things here don't look the same. There's a salty tang of brine in the air, and the feel of something you cannot name staring at you from the depths of the bayou. The water burbles like a dark Cabernet. The air is hot and wet and hard to breathe. Night's coming. The sun is dropping in the west, under the leaves where the insects seethe. It feels like someone is kneeling on your chest. Overclocked senses devouring every scent and sound, the tiniest deviations in the gloom, black on blacker, shadow on shade. Night falls like a boom. dark, starless, retrograde. The trees don't look right here. They linger and loom. From their akimbo limbs swing enormous arachnids. The swamp and twilight intermesh. You think you catch a glimpse of a fish the color of pale flesh. And the bats. Don't get me started on that. Winged rats come out at sunset with erratic flight patterns and the ability to teleport short distances. Claws that get stuck in your hair like a burr. But the bats ain't half as bad as the flying squids, with their blue electrical tentacles and wings like the sails of an old pirate ship raised up from the ocean floor to soar through the humid rot of this eldritch swamp. A faint glow comes from below, from giant crustaceans blown from molten-colored glass, undulant among the sea grasses, weird kelp, and multi-hued lamina. Clouds spread across the moon like cancer. Next to the first moon, a ghost moon appears, poised like a scythe to rip the thick velvet of the nightmare, the stars 1,000 eyes, looking down on every mutant and miscreant, every innocent and ignorant, every predator and future cadaver. You see a raft of decomposing vegetation and strange flowers floating, and on it a weird door, worm-eaten, slanting, but still standing. Through the threshold you see a once fine and stately manor, a blasted tower, a crypt. You think you're looking into the past, but the past isn't over. It's only just begun. Y'all been rambling for a spell. You don't know where you are, but you feel this place has been erased from all of the maps intentionally. You don't know how you got here, but expect it's the same way all your relationships start. A few bad choices, some abysmal decisions, followed by a tangled series of unique and irreproducible mistakes that seemed reasonable at the time, even inevitable. With no other apparent choice, you step through the door. Real pearls are imperfect. An abandoned plantation, deserted for decades. Black iron gate encircles the estate. Blasted tower with the crown blown over. Near the porte cochere, a bee dry humps a flower. Behind the manor, a burial ground, crypts and crosses scattered around. The nearly imaginary mansion rises up from the sawgrass and bracken, the prickle poppy and fetterbush, the pokeweed and rattlebox, like some fermentation distilled from the damp and the rot of the swamp, threatening to dement the senses. Vines entwine the enormous porch, runs the length of the house, looks like an old train station for a town that's shut shop, closed down, and rocked back on its foundations. There's horned heads embedded in the woodwork, in the capitals and cornices of the crumbling columns, barely keeping the veranda from collapsing. The front doors, near destroyed by sun and storm, open onto a foyer the size of a roadhouse parking lot. There's a chandelier, 1,000 pounds of crystal brilliance, now broken jewels, crusted in dust, somehow still dangling from the ceiling. There's a tree growing up from the middle of the floor. The topmost branches tangle with the ornate corona, and at the top you think you see a yellow eye with a slit iris glowing. The stairs spiral, coiled like a snake, a wheel of misfortune around the round white room. Spanish moss droops and loops like hair over the balustrade. The banister turns into an emaciated horse with its ribs jutting out. Around the tree, scattered debris, decay of decades, swirled in a whirlwind, drunken tune of a calliope rattling in your hand like a pebble in a can, like a junkyard of the mind, filled with tin scraps, snipped wires, spilt oil, dead batteries, ripped wrappers flitting in the breeze. You grab a grimy, half-eaten leaf torn from a grimoire, but the letters skitter away, insects maddened by the light, somehow radiating from beyond the ceiling. Suddenly, in the graveyard, in the backyard, in front of a sculpture of a fool tortured forever, dangling from a rope from his foot, you wonder if he's the one that's upside down. The door to the crypt is open a bit. A trap door in the floor beckons descent beneath the earth. Inside, the downstairs lead in an unwinding spiral. Time bleeds until it opens onto a subterranean cavern, cool. Or you have a fever and an inability to accurately comprehend the passage of time skips and shudder at the sight of a dead smile, lips retracted in hunger. You're in the bedroom of the undead. On a stone altar, a laughing cadaver guarding the only way out, a door through which no human flesh can pass. A door of dreams reached beneath the roots of a buried America, past the unblinking eyes of the sleepless sentinel, through the maze with only one path, over the rainbow drained of color, free and wild and beyond good and evil, to finally find out why the milkman shudders when he perceives the dawn. Chop off your own head for enlightenment. Coyote dead by the side of the road, covered with flies. You see a sign, population 319. All heads are artificial, but the hair is still alive. Between composition and decomposition, there is only seizure and convulsion. A man in a chair outside a shack turns toward you as you pass. A hermit with eyes pasted shut from spending too long looking inside says, "There was a robbery at the apothecary. No one knows what got stole except old Scratch and me." You walk the dirt road into town. Every attic with a creak and a clack, planks tapped by ghasts, trapped in a cellar where they keep the mutant spawn of farm boys in jars, admonitions of love gone wrong, and there's something growing in the basement, mellifluous and effulgent. There's a church in the center of town. Sanctuary seems unlikely, but you enter anyway and walk into a mass of the secret sect of the Phoenix. From the portico, you see a woman in white in the apse, rowed by an elder god brought down from the stars to feast on the delicacies of fear-tinged synapses. You decline to join the congregation. You cannot reconcile what you know and what is real. The disconnect is splitting you apart, tearing your head from your heart. A fuzzy door at the end of a long corridor that slips and jabs. The door looks like an angry eye with an alien infection, an infestation of hairy pink and purple molds with wiry tentacles and an eyeball at the end of each stem that splay out in a display like a peacock's tail. Behind the door, which is also an eye, there is a white room outside of time, empty except for the box at the center, empty except for your spiritual double, who you lean down and kiss. Fold yourself into the dream. Find yourself in the seething vortex of time, your decayed memories, fleeting seasons, untrackable as footprints through melted snow, and pull the lid closed behind you. So, how long y'all planning to spend or be spent in Yaknap-Fatagan County?
Yes! Michael Christenson, ladies and gentlemen! Oh my God. So, I would watch that movie just over and over and over and over again. I love that. Mike, thank you so much. Our next performer is named Veinglorious, and he is an incredible rapper who always, as an artist, is representing what's true in his heart and what's important in his community. A U.S. Air Force veteran, a 2016 Team Backpack finalist, and a nominee for the 2016 Male Rapper of Alaska Award. Please put your hands together for Veinglorious.
It's great to be here. Thank you all so much. And so for those of you who have tuned in a little bit later, to my right, this is Jacob Pickard. He's the musical accompaniment for us for the evening. Give him a warm welcome, please. All right, we're just gonna get right into it. The days grow cold at night, electric soul, I hold the mic. Never let me go, wide open, eyes full of hope, no lie. I'll cry till the eyes this come. Sorry, let me start over. All right, how'd I mess that up? I have no idea. All right, let's go. I think it's my first time on TV. The days grow cold at night, electric soul, I hold the mic. Never let me go, wide open, eyes full of hope, no lie. We'll ride till the lights go out. How many do you reach when you teach English or philosophy? And no one remembers your words and wonders why it's costly. Office assistants, they're peasants under modern rules. But we look down on the custodians who clean the schools. I didn't go to college or learn legislation, but there's a difference between knowledge and education. Ignorance is bliss, but remiss without the reminisce. School begins with elements, does not define what's relevant. Life is meant to give, not to stack on your millions. Mom and dad sacrifice for dreams of their children. Now we're confused a little bit. We try to dream big and then forget we used to be the little kids. Vitamins and minerals we used to share in circles. Violence and criminals, now we profile the perps too. Yeah, I used to ridicule the struggle. That's the irony of thinking that no one else is above you. The days they cold at night, electric soul, I hold the mic. Never let me go, wide open, eyes full of hope, no lie. I'll ride till these lights go out. I'll write a verse to describe all these vibes, how they hurt through a lifetime of dead skin shed from the earth. Now it quakes. We take what should have stayed beneath the dirt, now manipulates reality and spins a network. It creeps into the food, it slips into the drinks. It changes how we look and how our minds think. You got a vision, but distractions push you out of sight. And now you got prescription eyes priced too high. Why? Is this a struggle to exist? We try to find ourselves in life, but we buy too much. Stuck inside a matrix that pacifies consumers. Instead of staying on your grind, you're caught up in the rumors. Sucks to be in debt, so what the heck are you doing? Decoration, it's disguised to mask what it ruins. Extra layers on the skin that we spread too thin, and the paint we used to cover up the truth when we pretend. Now we used to say we made the robots, now we answer to machines like they're all gods. Now it's downhill facing all these tall odds, replaced cause we're outpaced until we're out of space. The days get cold at night, electric soul, I hold the mic. Never let me go, wide open, eyes full of hope, no lie. We'll ride till these lights go out. Thank you. Good to get the first one out of the way. All right. So this next song, very close to home for me. For anybody who is out there battling substance abuse or has experienced loss in their family, now's the time to be brave and to go get help. Yeah, whatever happened to these kids? It's not okay when young people start burying their friends. We used to write love letters and slow dance, and now I can't recognize your face. Too many faces, we can't stop these changes, and ain't too many of my friends are left, but I'll miss this man, so here's to you. Yo, when I met you, I felt you was magic. It's hard not to be nostalgic. You still got fashion, still got a little swag. As she walked past me, she's a wild rabbit, drawn to a magnet. You can chase, but you can never catch it. And that's the life of an addict. Your jeans start to sag, your teeth start to crack, and it's not too hard to imagine dragons. Yeah, you wanna get away, but this ain't the way. Yo, I remember how we used to say we didn't have no time for this Alaskan playtime, and sunshine's already limited. I'm just a kid, it's not complicated, and all we wanna do is escape from it. Yeah, it hurts so bad, I just want to leave. 'Cause this habit is slowly killing me. How can I make it stop? I get so sick. Is this just the way it is? It hurts so bad, I just want to leave. 'Cause this habit is slowly killing me. How can I make it stop? I get so sick. Is this just the way it is? Yeah. Yo, trapped in a lifestyle that saps all your hope, while opening a time loop for you to try to cope in. You walk a tightrope that slopes a little slippery. I hate to break it to you smalls, but you're killing me. Even Hercules can't do all the work it takes to break free. You can shake the pillars, but can't BS a BSer. All the glitter's not gold, but who's gonna save a soul that's stuck inside a black hole? Yeah, yo, it's a pity, so I wrote this little ditty so that you could find the courage to escape that secret life like Walter Mitty. It hurts so bad, I just want to leave. 'Cause this habit is slowly killing me. How can I make it stop? I get so sick. Is this just the way it is? It hurts so bad, I just want to leave. 'Cause this habit is slowly killing me. How can I make it stop? I get so sick. Is this just the way it is? Thank you all so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Veinglorious! I feel so lucky to call every single one of these performers my friends. And this next performer, our last performer, is no exception. A potent voice in every community she speaks in. Poet, activist, teacher, ally. I am lucky to know this woman, and we are all lucky to hear her perform tonight. Please Put your hands together for the president and co-founder of Woosh Kinaadeiyí, Christy NaMee Eriksen.
When your brown son tells you over dinner he thinks he's ugly. When you reach for him, a table and a canyon away, his hair in your hands, 1,000. Do you want me to do something different? I'm looking at the sound guy. Yeah? When your brown son tells you over dinner he thinks he's ugly. When you reach for him, a table and a canyon away, his hair in your hands, 1,000 falling stars, each one a wish that has already passed. How can you describe grace to a 7-year-old being raised in a broken funhouse? Mirrors so curved his face becomes dusk. Walls made of elbows, doors made of fists. When you walk into an uppercut and say you're sorry. Why believe me? A woman with quilted skin, a mother with a leaking heart, rising tides on my breath. When I say you are so beautiful, nothing can sink you. When I kiss you like a paper cut, like a king of spades, like a bird born from my sleeve. When I hold you like the greatest bomb I ever made, delicate and reckless and exquisite. So handsome, every morning you burst. So fly, our demons die just looking at you. You, the color of a good luck penny. You, the color of harvest. You, the color of a plot twist, the color of anthems. You, the color of flight. Ain't a ray of sun in the new world that won't want to shine on your face. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much to everybody who came out tonight. Thank you so much to KTOO and 360 North for the opportunity to share a few words tonight. In the interest of time, I'm not going to talk a lot. This next poem is called Astronaut, and I wrote it channeling 11-year-old me. It's dedicated to anyone who's ever felt a little out of place. When I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. Cosmo ghost killer, ground control rock steady, launch lover of life, swimmer of the solar system, singer of the stars. Started from the bottom, now we here. They will call me the anti-gravity maverick. Not even the weight of the world's gonna hold me down. Yeah, I'll be on cloud 900 when I meet a celestial cowboy. I will kiss him in the abyss, and my friends will tether me to a space station so I don't get lost. Yeah, when I'm an astronaut, I'll better understand your dark sides. I'll handle bad altitudes. I won't crack under atmospheric pressure. I may come face to face with the black holes of our galaxy. Darkness the size of 4 million suns. My friends, the stars collapsing. Their light inescapable. But I refuse to be pulled in. Some days, I walk into a room and everyone in it is an alien. They talk alien talk, they walk alien walk, they love them alien selves more than anything else, so they make alien movies where aliens find each other beautiful. And they got alien cooks, and they write alien books, and all their heroes are aliens. When I'm an astronaut, I'm gonna save an alien. He will be part supernova, so I will recognize his explosions in the sky. Did you lose something? I'll ask. And with his alien face, he'll be all alien disgraced, trying to erase our chance encounter in space. Where are you from? He'll ask. I'll be graceful then. I'll be a multi-globe trotter, a hater navigator, sonic wave placemaker. Yeah, when I grow up, I won't want to be one of them. I won't be dressing like an alien, singing alien anthems. I'll remove my helmet. I'll cut off my air supply. I'll stand there before the harsh rays of history, the most radiant, awkward Asian girl in a spacesuit ever to visit. I'm Christy NaMee Eriksen, and I'm an astronaut, I'll say. The world's most devoted explorer. I'm from mountains and magnetic fields. I'm from oceans and ozones and orbits and orphans. When I touch people, sometimes they burst. So I'm just stopping by to say hello. Hello, he'll say, in our long-lost language. And then we'll moonwalk out of there. Thank you. All right, thank you again one more time to KTOO. Thank you again to everybody for coming out. I'm just gonna do one more poem. It'll be our final poem of the night. And I have to be on very good quiet behavior during this first part. Can we just give a round of applause for Jacob, the music maker? This poem is for anybody who's ever fallen in love. And anybody who's ever fallen out of love. And for people who don't need love, you deserve poems too. It's called 7 Kinds of Sunsets. 1. The flames of a fire, cartwheel, backflip, back handspring, handstand, forward roll, front tuck, just to hug you. This kind of sunset falls a lot, but it's worth it. 2. The landscape is the best song on repeat. The loop that moves you. An orange chorus, tart and sweet and woke. Every note is a sharp note. Every kiss is our first kiss. You are the zest that blesses the west. So fresh, even the night tastes like morning. Every morning. 3. Wash over me like a paintbrush. Fold into me like dough. Tuck me like a quilt. Sunset soft and slow. Drift asleep, wake up, roll over, arm in your arms. Inhale the sea on your skin. Your body is a beach. I'll comb my whole life if you'll let me. 4. When the sky is half dark instead of half light, and stars are puzzles you don't feel like doing tonight. Suddenly we are running out of time to love each other. Maybe tomorrow becomes tomorrow. Becomes tomorrow. 5. Goodbyes are not the same as horizons, even though they break everything apart. Go home, sky, you're drunk. No one wants to hear about how all the good parts of you are fading. Looking at me like heaven flat, sloppy panoramic, spilling all over your face. Our gazes fixed on scars, trying to wish on them. 6. When you can't see well, and you accidentally want someone there just so you don't run into things. Or the air is so cold, you blame it on your own feelings. Your hands out like maybe it was you who lost the daylight. At night, you dig through the mud, caked in memory, searching. 7. Seated on the ground, my breath is the language of birds. The birds speak wind, the wind sings lighthouse. Nothing crashes into me here. My heart is a beacon, part warning, part guide. Thank you very much.
Christy NaMee Eriksen, ladies and gentlemen! And that's our show. Thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely thank you. You're great. Thank you. Thank you. Please check out this, and you can find out more about all of these artists at 360north.org. You can watch this over and over and over again like I do every time I close my eyes at night when I'm going to sleep. I don't know if you guys knew that I did that, but my mouth is my diary. I just like keep letting it put it out there, and you're all recording it, I assume. Please, wherever in your life that there's art, wherever in your community that you can go and support artists or give them a place to feel acknowledged and validated, do it. Because you don't need a special format to do it. You don't need a special location. You don't need a cafe. You don't need a studio. You don't need any of those things. You need 2 people, one who feels they want to express themselves in some way, and one person to be expressed at. and to acknowledge it. And so please go out into the world and carry that with you from this show. And thank you all so much for coming out. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And thank you, 360 North.
Funding for Arts at 360 comes from Northwind Architects and Rainbow Foods of Juneau.